has participated in cleaning up campaign in Finfinne city with residents of the city. Last Friday, Premier Abiy has called residents for cleaning up campaign to keep their localities free from rubbish. Leta Teresa has more on this.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed last week called on citizens of the country to clean their respective cities and towns through campaign starting from 14th April of 2019. The Premier has launched the Cleaning Up campaign through cleaning the capital city, Finfinne, being with his staffs as well as residents of the area. The campaign has been held under the theme, "Let us clean Ethiopian cities from garbage and clean our internal from hatred and revenge." Some people who took part on the campaign said that they participated in the campaign to respond to the Prime Minister's call.
We have to sustain the campaign this way to clean our city mentally.
We will never hesitate to participate in the campaign. We will sustain our participation, she said. They stressed the need to work hard in order to transform the nation in unison. The campaigners underscored the significance of cleaning one's own mind from hatred and revenge.
We should avoid negative energy. We should also support our Prime Minister. It is important to recognize the ongoing reform initiative. We should also exert efforts for development.
Let us clean our environment and keep our health. At the same time, we have to be clean from hatred and revenge. Then we should stand together to develop our country. The main objective of the campaign is to deliver a message to all citizens of the country to work together in building the future of Ethiopia through making their mind and heart free from hatred and divisive ideas.
President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has participated in cleaning up campaign in Adama town with residents of the city. Leta Teresa presents.
President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has launched the Cleaning Up campaign that took place in Adama town.
Labsi Muummee Ministeera keenya dabarsan irratti isinis waamicha.
I would like to express my gratitude to you all for attending this event, accepting our Prime Minister's announcement. This is the day on which we declare the launching event of cleaning up towns, not only Adama town, but also all towns of our region. We remove not only rubbish alone, we should also clean the problems in our minds and hearts. We must make Oromia where all people coexist peacefully. We have to strengthen our unity. You, the youth of Oromia, I believe that you will do your best to bring durable peace in our region, and you brought the current reform through struggle.
On the event, head of the Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Dereje Uguma, said keeping the environmental hygiene is vital for societal health.
Most of the time, the major top 10 diseases that affect the health status of the society are due to lack of personal hygiene and sanitation-related cases. Such a campaign is very crucial to eradicate the problem.
Mayor of the Adama town, Mesfin Asafa, called on the residents to strengthen the campaign. We must not stop the campaign. Rather, we have to pledge to continue. This way, we will have clean and conducive town.
Last Friday, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has called on citizens to take part in cleaning up campaign to clean their localities free from rubbish. The campaign has been launched to build clean and green urban areas in Ethiopia that can bring opportunity for communities. Head of the Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Dereje Uguma, while cleaning up campaign in Adama town, said cleaning environments will help the society living healthy. Olkawandimu reports.
Last Friday, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has called on citizens to take part in cleaning up campaign to keep their localities free from rubbish. The campaign has launched to build clean and green urban areas in Ethiopia that can bring opportunities for the communities. Head of the Oromia Health Bureau, Dr. Dereje Uguma, while cleaning up campaign in Adama town, said cleaning environments will help the society live a healthy life.
Environmental cleaning campaign is very important for our society as a whole, because most of our diseases are related with environmental cleaning issues. For example, intestinal parasites, pneumonia, helminthiasis, and many other diseases which are one of the top 10 diseases in our country are just because of environmental pollution, environmental dirty, and environmental related issues. So to decrease the mortality and the morbidity from those communicable environmental diseases, and also to harness the advantage of environmental cleaning, those campaigns are very important.
Dr. Darjo stressed that health professionals should discharge their responsibilities in motivating and teaching the public to clean their areas actively.
In hospitals and in health centers, we are treating diseases that can be preventable by those simple campaigns. So it's very important for our health professionals to teach the community to really work on preventive activities. So this is one of the prevention modality that is very important for the even for the whole strategies and also for the health policy to make it sustainable and efficient. So health leaders, health extension workers, health workers that are working in hospitals and the health center, they should really promote those preventive activities. They should tell the community to do this, and also they need to do themselves.
He said many work should be done in sustaining the best status in cleaning the environment on daily basis.
Every community, every member of households and every member of the society should engage in those activities, not only in some areas, but in all kabales, in all town, in all areas. The other thing is leaders from the city, from the region, and also from the federal, they should engage themselves in those campaigns, and also different associations should also engage in these areas, and many companies that really work on city beautification and also on cleaning, they should also engage in themselves on these issues. And we need ourselves to commit. Commitment is very important. We need to commit ourselves to those campaigns, and then we can really make sustainable.
Dr. Durj also noted that the cleaning up campaign initiative of the government would help to create jobs and reduce the effects of climate change through developing green and hospitable cities.
Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, Taibasan, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, said the government of the Oromia Regional State is working to expand stadiums and sports training centers to make the sector source of income. The 25th World Oromia Sport Championship has been started in Nakamti town of East Wallaga Zone at recently inaugurated Wallaga Stadium, where the Reamer came out. Welcome to reports.
The 25th Whole Oromia Sports Championship has started in Nakamti town of East Wallaga Zone at the recently inaugurated Wallaga Stadium. Mayor of Nakamti town, Bugala Shuma, in his welcoming speech, wished participants of the championship a wonderful time in his town. Commissioner of the Oromia Sport Commission, Nasser Hussein, for his part, said the commission is working to produce capable and competent sport persons. Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, Taibasan, who is also coordinator of social cluster of the region, said the government of Oromia Regional State is working to expand stadiums and sports training centers to make the center source of economy. She accentuated that in addition to building a healthy society, sport would help to boost the economy of a country. Taiba said the Whole Oromia Sport Championships 25th edition is unique in that it is being held when the Oromo has strengthened its unity and building the new Ethiopia. The Vice President held Wallaga, that is the home of Oromo heroes like President of the Oromia Regional State Lamma Magarsa Wako, Abhishek Garba, Kumsa Moroda Bakari, Reverend Gudina Tumsa, Baro Tumsa, Haile Fida, Olika Dingle, and the late President of the Oromia Regional State Salamayu Tumsa, among others. Taiba noted that the Oromia Regional State is working to produce competent sport persons as ever to shine as global stage. She called on the public to participate in sports through developing the culture of practicing sports. Vice President Taiba said sports should be strengthened in schools as they are bases to produce sport persons who would help themselves and their country. She praised the Whole Oromia Sport Championship and Oromia Olympics. Taiba called on investors to work in and help the sports sector to make it source of economy for the country.
A team of experts from Israel arrived in Ethiopia yesterday to provide assistance to the efforts being made to contain the forest fire which has broken out in some mountain national parks. In exclusive interview with FBC on Sunday, Deputy Ambassador of Israel to Ethiopia, Mr. O. Danieli, said his country sent a team based on the request of the government of Ethiopia. The experts were drawn from Israeli fire brigade and have high-level knowledge and skills in fighting wildfires, he said. Members of the team have traveled to Debark and they will provide assistance to Ethiopians who were battling the fire started. President Donald Trump's eldest daughter, Ivanka Trump, has arrived in Ethiopia to promote a U.S. government initiative aimed at advancing women's participation in the workplace. The initiative aims to benefit 50 million women in developing countries by 2025. Ms. Trump will visit women working in the calf industry and a female-run textile factory. She will also visit Ivory Coast during her 4-day tour of Africa. Launched in February, the Women's Global Development and Prosperity Initiative aimed to train women worldwide to help them get well-paying jobs. According to the initiative website, low participation of a woman in the formal labor markets impairs economic growth and poverty reduction in developing countries. The project is financed by a $50 million fund within the U.S. International Development Aid Agency, USAID. Ms. Trump, who also served as an advisor to her father, will attend a World Bank Policy Summit while in Ethiopia. She tweeted ahead of a trip that she was excited she will visit Ivory Coast later in this week and is set to visit a cacao farm as well as participate in a meeting on economic opportunity for women in West Africa. It has, however, backed democratic reformers in countries like Ethiopia, where Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has implemented a series of progressive change, including the normalization of relation with Eritrea after a bitter border standoff going back to 2 decades. The BBC report. The Ethiopian Human Rights Commission has evaluated its work performance based on the United Nations Human Rights Council initiation idea. Olka Wondimu has more on this.
The Ethiopian Human Rights Commission has evaluated this work performance based on the United Nations Human Rights Council initiation idea. Accordingly, the Commission has discussed the result of the evaluation and ways of future direction of the Commission. Universal Periodic Review is the mirror that all nations of the world use to evaluate their performance of treating human rights. According to the evaluation, Ethiopia has been registering good improvements on treating human rights and other related issues. Vice Commissioner of the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, Shete Gabri, said the main goal of the discussion was to get feedback from all stakeholders and to set future work direction. We have conducted research that would evaluate performance of human rights treatment on more than 200 federal institutions. Now we have presented our findings for the stakeholders. It will benefit us a lot to know our weakness and to work on it for the future. According to the Vice Commissioner, the reform and change registered in Ethiopia has been improving the treatments of human rights more than ever.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's all for now. Have a good time.